What's up, friends? Celine here. And San Diego Comic-Con is finally finished, and we just got the newest episode of Steven Universe. Now, for those of you who haven't been up to date in Steven Universe, spoilers ahead. The last few things in the previous episodes that happened was that Ruby and Sapphire got married. Absolutely adorable. Then Blue and Yellow decided to crash the party, and it was a nice little all-out brawl. And afterwards, we found out that Steven gained a new level in his abilities, making him even more OP than he was before. And he's revealed to Blue and Yellow that he is Pink Diamond, or formerly Pink Diamond. In the new episode, we pick up right where we left off, and Blue and Yellow are coming to terms with the fact that Pink is not shattered, and they're trying to wrap their minds around the fact that Pink is Rose Quartz, who's Steven, but they don't have biology, so it doesn't make sense to them. And the first thing that they do is they give us what Centipedal actually looks like. So her natural gem form. Can we take a second to talk about the fact that when Centipedal sees Blue and Pink, her jaw drops just a little bit because she can recognize clearly who they are, even though her mind's still a little fried. When we see her true form, maybe it's just me, but I got a little callback to Game of Thrones with Hodor. Centipedal keeps repeating this one line over and over again. And yeah, if you watch Game of Thrones, let me know if that's what you saw. Maybe it was just me. And after realizing that Pink and Blue and Yellow all together can't restore Centipedal or any of the other corrupted gems back to their original form, Yellow mentions that it'd probably work if it was the four of them. Four of who, you might ask? Yeah, they mean White. Now, White Diamond instills fear with just the mention of her name, because you can see that Blue and Yellow are uneasy even talking about White, much less even thinking about bringing her to help save the planet. Now, from the previous battle, Blue and Yellow ships are absolutely destroyed. So we find out that Pink ship is still on Earth, and I think Pink ship is absolutely adorable. First, Steven takes them to the desert to be like, oh yeah, we gotta go find Pink ship. It's just past these like big pink pyramids, and everyone but him realizes that he's standing next to Pink ship. It's just buried in the sand. And when they reveal Pink ship, we find out that she is literally the legs of the Voltron ship organization that they got going on throughout this entire thing. Before we continue with that, I want to shout out a little bit of respect to Bismuth, because she saw everything that was going down, and rather than joining them to go to Homeworld, she was like, nah, I'm staying home. Let me know when you get back. And to be completely honest, I think that's a little bit more foreshadowing as to what's going to happen in the future. Bismuth can kind of sense that something's not going to go right, and we hope that our little cinnamon roll Steven can fix everything, but you know, not everyone's perfect. Going back to White, you can tell that White instills fear even in Pink and Blue. Like, they don't even want to mention to her that all of this has happened. They're recoiling from the mere mention of her name and thinking about how she's going to react to the fact that Pink is technically still alive. And when we reach Homeworld, at first we all think that it's going to be like super weird and super awkward, but they're met with a nice little welcoming home party. And everyone's like, okay, this is going to be cool. And then you see White's pearl. Now, you know White has so much power that it transfers over into her servant gems. Because the moment White's pearl walks up to them, well, hovers up to them on her tiptoes, like she doesn't literally walk, she literally hovers and like stands in front of them. And Yellow and Blue can't even meet her gaze. Now, White's pearl is looking up at the two of them, and the two of them are looking down at their feet. They don't even want to make eye contact with this pearl. That's how you know how crazy this is. And on top of that, if you look at White's pearl, half of her face looks shattered. Now, the gem in her stomach is rightfully intact, and for a creature without a physical technical body, because their bodies are light manifestations, the fact that she manifests cracks in her head makes me wonder what type of person White is. Does she smack her gems around just because she gets a little miffed and everyone's just okay with it? Or are we getting a glimpse into the fact that the facade of this powerful great diamond is fracturing as we speak? Now, when we meet White Diamond, she gives you the energy of every single evil mother that you've ever seen in anime, cartoons, movies. If you think that mom was evil, White tops them, because half of the people don't even want to look in White's direction. When you see White, she is this stark white, radiant creature on the screen. They don't even show a full image of her entirely on the screen. Yes, we get like a body scan of Steven's eyes traveling from her feet to her face, but we don't see her in one whole piece for an entire clip. Like, you can see the entirety of blue and the entirety of yellow in one clip, but you don't see that with White. Just talking about the sheer size of her. Like, you already know that she's bigger than blue and yellow, but this is ridiculous. When you look at White, she doesn't have actual facial dimensions, so to speak. She is a face of big, bright eyes and stark black lips that are in a perfect, taut little smile the entire time. And she is just beaming with light. Like, I'm sure there's not even a single lamp in her room. Like, she is just radiant. You can tell that Steven is taken aback by this woman, and Steven can't even get a word in to say who he is, because the moment White sees him, White just shuts down everything that's going on. She sits back, she's like, are you done with your little temper tantrum? Are you good? Like, you done? Okay, now you go into your room. And literally bubbles Steven and sends him to a room where, if I'm correct, there are no doors in this room. So Steven's grounded. He's on punishment. And White doesn't even sit back and let Steven talk for a half a second. She's not hearing it. It's like when you come home late and your mom's waiting for you at the front door and you're like, but mom, no, she was not having it at all. And basically locks Steven in Pink's room. And that's where we're left. Like, Steven turns around to say something and the image just cuts off and we're done. It's just mind-boggling. Like, it happened so fast. I had to rewind it to see if the episode was finished or that I lost my mind, because the end credits just popped up and I wasn't expecting it. And I'm just waiting for the next episode. But yeah, guys, let me know what you thought about this episode. I think it's absolutely crazy. So yeah, hit that like button if you want to see more about Steven Universe and how we feel about Steven Universe over here at Camera-Head. And don't forget to hit that bell, and I'll see you next time.